Hey YouTubers, it's me, Babbzilla. Today I'll be talking more or less to a certain group rather than to you guys. See, this is Neptune. He is my little baby. I have an older one, Tesla, but he's hiding out in the crinkle tube right now. He loves the crinkle tube. But that's not what I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to show you that I have two pets of my own. So what I'm about to say really strikes close to my heart. PETA. I know you guys get pretty mad at animal cruelty. I do too. It's very understandable. Sometimes, though, I think you guys get a little ridiculous about it. Before you get mad, let me just explain. Certain ads that you did against fur and, to help towards animal cruelty really doesn't help all that much. There are some places that have very strict laws about animals in cars and children in cars. But I want to focus on animals in cars because today I went to the state fair and I saw that someone had brought their dog, little Chihuahua dog. The dog looked like such a little sweetheart. They brought their dog and left them in the car. I am not okay with this. Whether the weather was gorgeous or cold or hot, no time, no way acceptable to me. It's completely unacceptable, and it's horrible. I don't care if the windows are cracked and there's water in the back. Any dog left in a car should have consequences, major consequences. Now, whether those consequences are your dog gets taken away, you have to pay a fine so you don't do it again. I know Arizona's got strict laws, mainly because we get triple digits for our winter, our summers. Today, I was told that because there was airflow through the car, the windows weren't down, they were cracked. They said it was still pretty hot in there. It would be uncomfortable hot for them, for the police that investigated it. But the dog wasn't panting heavily. There was water in the back and there was airflow. I think any dog left in the car for crying out loud for even longer than 5 minutes should have legal action. I feel that as you guys being advocates for animals, trying to prevent animal cruelty and help save the animals, I think instead of going to extremes like you guys normally do, such as throwing blood on fur, saying fur is murder, I think you should start down by the roots of where it all starts, which is our animals in our own homes, concerning laws of animal cruelty of animals in cars. Now, it's not my job to tell you guys what to do, and quite frankly, after kind of somewhat sort of dissing you in a sense by calling you guys kind of extreme measures of what it is that you guys do, and quite frankly, sometimes you guys drive me insane. I think you should start working at that point. You have other organizations that say, okay, you need to spay and neuter your pets. You have other organizations that say, okay, let's get these dogs out of these kill shelters and stuff like that. I'm all for those. I'm all for helping out animals. I love animals. Like I said, I have two myself. I love animals. But we need to do something about the laws in each and every state concerning animal cruelty and dogs in cars. If you wouldn't do that to your kid, if you wouldn't leave your toddler or something in a car for as long as you would a dog, then you shouldn't do it to your dog either. A lot of people don't think that dogs have feelings or souls, but really, they do. You can say that they don't, but until you've had your own dog, or I don't know what experience that made you think, hey, dogs have no souls, you kind of need to get a new look on life. Because I love my cats. They have their own personality. And to me, you cannot have a personality without a soul. Unless you're heartless, but that's a whole different matter. Tesla is calm. He's chill. He loves to just lay about. He loves curling up on my lap. He loves snuggling. I'll be laying in bed and he'll snuggle right here next to my face. Neptune is just as much of a cuddler, but he's also more of a playful little guy. He loves to jump around and play, climb. He loves it. But just the other morning, he was nuzzling up all against my face. It even actually kind of woke me up, because he was just so lovable. I had to wake up and give him attention. I could not give him attention, but I would never dream about leaving them in a car by themselves, in a locked car by themselves for a long amount of time. I feel bad if I put them in the car. I put them in the car and then I walk around to my door and I blast the air. I feel bad for leaving them in the car for just a few seconds long, because I have to get in my own seat to start the car. I don't know how people can just walk away and not care that they left their dog in their car. If you claim to love your dog, you don't leave them in a car, and for that long. I think less of people who do that. I think it's horrible. I think it's cruel. I think even with windows cracked just a little bit, or even a lot, cars get stuffy. And I know me, I'm uncomfortable in a car. And if I'm uncomfortable in a car that's closed up, no air on, and we're not driving somewhere, I get uncomfortable. And if I'm uncomfortable, how would my cats feel? And how would your dog feel? I've said my piece. I don't even know if PETA would even get this message, but still I'm going to tag it for PETA and hopefully they get the message. And if they do, I appreciate you working on stuff like this, not just for the state that I'm in, but for every state everywhere. Even regardless of if the weather is cold all year round or if it gets hot one day out of the entire year. I think it should be illegal everywhere for a dog to be locked in a car. If you wouldn't do it to your kid, don't do it to your dog. And that's all I have to say about that. Hi everyone.